Okay, so our next topic that we're going to be talking about today is about Steven Crowder and his wildly racist comments. The other day on his show, well, first off, Steven Crowder, he's a guy who became relatively popular with this "change my mind" thing that you're seeing on the screen. Uh, a lot of people kind of was drawn to it because he would have debates with people in the street about, oh, this certain topic changed my mind and tell me I'm wrong or whatever it is. And as you see, a lot of it looks pretty controversial, like male privilege is a myth. Let me see about this one. Rape culture is a myth. You can see where this is going, right? This guy seems like a jerk, right? Uh, America is not racist. Change my mind. Affirmative action is racist. Change my mind. So he thinks affirmative action is racist. And I'll clip that out. That was the next one. So basically, he was discussing, about how the farmers are now getting money from the stimulus, which black farmers have been kind of, been neglected for many, many years, and finally been recognized under the Biden administration. And I guess he feels like it's unfair for whatever reason, and it's just kind of ridiculous that this guy comes off out of the mouth the way he does. But I'll just let you guys check out the video and give me your opinion and how you feel about this. But you'll see where this is going by how he's already starting with the junk that he asks people in the street. Oh, and his show is Louder by Crowder, by the way. This is his now pretty popular show, Louder by Crowder. Here we go.
These people. So, yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna buy a plow, man.
I'm gonna plant that corn.
Go get a John Deere. Barack Obama, mother. I'm the president of plowing that ass.
You.
I thought the last thing they would want to do is be farmers. Wasn't that a big problem for hundreds of years?
Yeah.
Isn't that why Arsenio Hall calls himself the
Jesus.
urban man's Johnny Carson?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know. Are people lining up out in the middle of cornfield, Iowa for new dunks?
How would you prove this, by the way? Like, how would you prove that you've been discriminated
You don't
against?
have to, you just
Well, I didn't
say
get that
so.
loan. Sir, you had no credit. Well, that should not have stopped me from getting the loan.
I planted a Hennessy tree, but it's not growing.
Well, technically it did grow, but that shit ain't XO.
I put it in the ground.
I planted a VSOP XO tree. I'm getting in some niche esoteric cognac humor, motherfucker.
Don't white people just go to their neighborhoods and build urban farms and ruin their
Yeah.
Isn't that what
That's how it works.
Detroit. Turns out the soil content is a high level of meth.
Yeah, crazy. Whoa.
Wow, I didn't know.
That and teeth. Just random teeth littered everywhere.
And by the way,
Pain in my arugula.
Yeah, there wasn't much that I could possibly say about this jackass, but I don't want to give him too much recognition, but I feel like, and I know Anthony hates this guy, so or at least to a degree.
I don't know why. I mean, look at his widely diverse crowd of of co-hosts that
Jackasses.
he has.
Jackasses, right? Like
I
this,
mean, wow.
I mean,
wow.
There's just so many levels to it, and this is one of the reasons why it sucks when you have the impression that media gives off that black people are loud, congregate around alcoholic beverages, and then this is what they do. The urban development has not, what happens to them in the cities has everything to do with them. They ruin the cities. That's their fault.
yeah.
I mean, it's always just something that like they find a way to. Yeah, you knew that I already hated this conversation.
I didn't mean to do it to piss you off, but I think people need to see it. Like, I'm not a big fan of cancel culture, but I would love to see this dude canceled. Like that type of comments are ridiculous. The fact that it's like, and I understand you don't want to give him a stage, right? Like I get why you don't want to showcase his stuff. But I felt like that got me so pissed when I saw that. And the fact that like it seems like he's not getting any type of airplay. I mean, he's getting some here and there, but it's like
I'd
if it
never
was a
heard of
person
this
of
guy.
color, we would have been already canceled or whatever by now.
But I never heard of this guy until you brought him up.
You
I've never
saw
heard
that
of
meme.
him. I've seen the memes, and they always have something stupid on that table with him. But yeah, that's the only thing I've ever seen where the memes. I didn't know this was a real person that people are actually watching. But then I should have known better. We are in Trump's America. I'm sure they eat this shit up with a spoon.
You could see
We're also in YouTube's America. I mean, like, we're living in this new age where this is somebody who came up in the YouTube zone and is making his money off private donations. So that's why he gets away with saying these incredibly insatious, like, to rile people up, because he knows that he doesn't have to do anything but play to his base, and his base is mostly racist people. He knows exactly.
He's like the dude that just passed away. What's it? I forgot his freaking name. The guy with
Rush
the hearing
Limbaugh.
Rush Limbaugh. Yeah, he's like a different version in a way, like a Howard Stern, Rush Limbaugh type of person that, you know, he entertains these people, you know, with ridiculous statements that you know, like, and it's funny, like they say, you know, people of color act certain ways. Who wilds out mostly on SantaCon and all these other crazy moments, you know what I mean? Like it's not just people of color that have their moments, you know what I mean? And the fact that he's like, how did I for some reason the video didn't. I had another section part of, you know, in the beginning of this where they were talking about whether they find as many black people who happen to be farmers, right? Like there's a part of that video where he says that, and I'm like, dude, like, does it matter? Like, why do you care? You know what I mean? You're just trying to be a racist prick and get a rouse out of your audience, like make your audience happy, and none of that matters, man. These people the farmers are still feeding Americans. These people are working hard, hardworking Americans, just like anybody else. And you just are showing the world your racism. You know, the fact that you're a racist. You know,
This guy's just
It's also
this guy's just a dick. He's just
it's
a
also
dickhead.
contrary to their own argument. It's contrary to their own argument that black people and people of color should be out there learning trades, etc., learning how to do things with their hands. I mean, they probably don't care, but I'm saying that that's a major sentiment among people, that there should be more trades, etc. And by the way, of course, I have that information. There's 48,697 farms, black farms. That's only 1.4% of the country. 3.4 million farmers. 95% of the U.S. farmers are white. So you're telling me that there are not a group of black people who would love to be farmers? You're full of it. It's just the fact that it costs a lot of money to be a farmer. It takes acreage. It takes loans from banks. It takes a lot of power that people have been taken away. At some point, the highest point, there was 949,000 black farmers in 1920. So
They were
it's not like
discouraged.
it's not possible.
They did things to discourage them from even being involved with all that stuff. You know, history wise, they you know, people in history did a lot to kick people out of like certain situations. They did that with voting. They did that with like things that could be profitable for people of color. They did a lot of shady stuff in the past to make it harder for them to succeed in those things. And like the one thing that you didn't say, which I'm sure you agree with, is they also work their asses off. It's not just the financial stuff or whatever it is. Like, I know that's what it all boils down to. All that stuff that you said boils down to really hardworking people that deserve respect and that haven't been respected in this country for many years. And finally, you know, they're getting something. You know, this guy, there was another picture that didn't pop up on the thing that I wanted to put up, but he said something about, or I think it did pop up. It said affirmative action is racist, right? Like is a racist thing to do. That's something he wanted people to prove him wrong on. So he doesn't believe in giving people of color anything. You know what I mean? This guy. So screw him, man. That's just how I feel. You know, he has.
I'm gonna dogpile on this a little bit. I want to say something. The fact is that, think about this as well. It's not a monolith. If it's a white, it's the fact that these are 95% white-owned farms. Like, the fact is that a lot of the workers are not all white. There are black farmers who are the actual workers on these farms as well. There are Latino workers, and they're, you know, why are they at least less than 3% of the farming ownership? Why? Let's have that conversation. If they are such a large part of the percentage, then why aren't they owning that property? I mean, you know me, I'm going on my socialist tin about sharing wealth and sharing the means of production, and that is should be something that should be democratized, especially when you have like farms like we saw with the chicken farms, and like they'll just shave off. If you've ever seen how those work, those are nasty, gross areas and dangerous.
It's ridiculous, man. It's like they want us to work, they want us to earn our keep and do whatever it is that we have to do in society. But then the minute like we get a little bit of an edge on something or some sort of like benefit in anything, they shut it down as quick as possible. At least they try to, at least verbally. I don't know, man. I have really big issues with conservatives because of the way they talk to people and how they treat people. And this has been going on for years, man. I don't know. How do you feel about it, Teresa? I mean, like...
This guy's a fucking clown, and I really don't want to waste any more time on his ass. Like, honestly, he is such a clown. Like, this is ridiculous. This guy's ridiculous. The only people that pay attention to him are his kind of people. This is the whole reason why I've never heard of him. I am not his kind of people.